everyone, I'm doing a collaboration with Sally of All Aboard Resin Creations and Let's Resin, because Let's Resin have sent me some of this and they've also sent it to Sally, the full starter kit. So watch on and see how I get on, because this is the first time I've used this and I'm really going to put it to the test. And I'll also put you a link to Sally's video at the end of this one, of course, so we can see how she got on. Let's Resin have very kindly sent me this kit. It's the Complete Magic Pour kit. And it's one of these eco casting powders, non-toxic, odourless, fast curing, all that good stuff. Let's have a look and see what's in the box. So obviously we've got our magic port, a nice big tub. I like that this comes in a tin. The ones that come in bags, I've always just found them a bit messy to unbag, although I believe there's a bag inside here as well. But I think the little tub, which you can reuse, is rather a great idea because that keeps it contained. We've got our little measuring cups. Got some sandpaper in case we need to sand the bottom off. Wet and dry abrasive paper. We have got 3 lovely little moulds. I think that's a little tea light holder. And we've got the ever popular tray, nice little coaster. We've got a stirry thing. I love stirry things. That's great. And we've got, what's this? Oh, acrylic paints. Now I do know that you can colour eco casting powders with acrylic paints, but you don't tend to get very strong results. So I'm going to use some different pigments today, but these I will definitely use if I stencil onto them. Not quite sure what project I'm doing yet. I'm going to try all 3 different moulds. I'm going to do a few different things all in one video for you. So we may come back to using the acrylics. So there you go. That's what's in the box. Nice sturdy boxes I shall reuse as well. So first of all, let's do the little tray because that's everybody's favourite, isn't it? This little mould. So let's have a go with this. I have got 2 pots. We weigh this 3 to 1, but I know because it's a water-based one, it's a little bit forgiving either way. So you can make it a bit thicker if you want to try marbling. Now that's my favourite thing to do with eco casting powders, so I will try a marbled one in a minute. In the tub, you get a little scoop, which seems to have got a bit squished. That's okay. Soon straighten that out. And the powder is in a little bag, which we need to cut open. First impression, it's really nice and white. So I'm going to measure out some powder and I'm going to try a theory because a lot of you will know I don't tend to measure things properly, and that is because I am dyscalculic and numbers don't mean a lot to me. So I really struggle with measuring things. Oh! I usually end up having to get Mark to help me. I know that sounds a bit lame, but it is what it is. And Mark is not in at the moment. So we're going to, let's try a stirrer. I do love a good stirrer. To be fair, this sort of thing, I usually use a whisk in a bigger bowl, but we'll give it a try. Now that should be enough for this little tray, I think. And we want, so that was 3 scoops of that. So we want water. And I'm going to work on consistency. They say to stir it for a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do is make a plain white one and we'll see if we paint or stencil on it or something later. So I'm just going to make a plain white one first, and then we'll go on and do one that's got textures in it. Now because I don't tend to measure properly, what I've done is I've just put a bit of water, added a bit more, stirred it, added a bit more. I do know that this one tends to be a bit runnier than the one I'm more used to, the Eco Pour one. I'm pleased that it stayed white. I tell you what, that's mixed in really easily. Let's pour it in. So that is going to be our plain white. Comes out of the little pot easily too. Look, it just doesn't stick to it. Could have done with a little bit more. I'll just make a little bit more up. So I'm just guesstimating this mix. Sorry, Let's Resin. But just want to say thanks again to Let's Resin for sending this to me. It's awesome. And I do like a good eco, and to date I've tended to use one brand only. Have tried a couple of other brands in the past, but I've tended to stick with the ones that are just add water because they're easier. And I think the one I've enjoyed using least would be Jesmonite, because you have to keep bashing it to get the bubbles out, and it's not really very white unless you put white colouring in it, and then that's problematic too. And I don't know, it's probably just me, I'm probably just being useless, but I didn't get on and talk with Jesmonite. I gave mine away. There we are. That's right up to the brim now. My worktop, I'm in the kitchen still because it's still too hot in the craft room. My worktop isn't 100% level, it seems. But hey. So what we're going to do, I'm not going to do much in the way of tapping. I'm just going to have a little bit of a go like this around the edges. Just a little bit. I'm not going to do too much because I want to see if this just bubbles get out on their own. Where's our little coaster? Now with this, I'm going to push that to one side now. I've got various colours I'm going to try in it as well. Now with our little coaster, I think I want to try marbling. Now this could be fun because I haven't tried marbling with this stuff before. In fact, it's the first time I've used it full stop. So let's have, that should be enough, I hope. Now I'm going to mix it a little bit thicker because that's what I usually do when I'm doing marbling. That's just a little bit thicker, just making sure I get right down into the corners. Don't know if that is enough actually. Let's have a bit more. This really isn't how you're supposed to mix it, is it? I think I'm doing everything wrong. Right, there we are. So you can see that is a lot thicker than last time. Really thick. And what I'm going to do with this is take a little smidge. You have to work quite quickly. You only get, because this cures really fast. I'm going to take a little smidge of purple. And this is a colour from Create and Bloom that is specifically for this sort of thing. Oops, just going to get this up before I get it all over me. These pigments are really strong. If you get them on stuff, on clothes and things, they're not coming off. Should have put gloves on. That might have been a good idea, isn't it? Anyway, we're just going to give that a little swirl. And as you can see, it's quite thick. So let's see what that colour does. And we're going to go from one side and across. And let's see if that stays marbled. So observation so far, it's a slightly strange consistency. Not unpleasant, just not what I'm used to, that's all. The colour does still seem to be staying separated. Bubbles seem to be coming up on their own. Right, I'm going to leave them half an hour. One thing I didn't notice in the box was instructions. Anyway, you add water, stir, pour it in. That's your instructions. Now, I'm going to leave it for half an hour to cure. Like most casting powders, probably all casting powders, it takes a couple of days to reach its complete full strength. I think they reckon 2 to 3 days, something like that. But it should be pretty sturdy and enough to demold at about half an hour. I usually leave a bit longer, to be fair. I usually leave casting powders for an hour to be on the safe side, but we'll see. Right, I'll see you later. Right, let's have a demold. This gets quite hot while it... Oh, look at the other side. Oh, this gets quite hot while it's curing, which resin does. Getting any colour come off. Anyway, I've let it cool a bit. I'd suggest probably let it cool down completely, because then you're not going to... Then you'll know it's finished its curing process. But I am being impatient, and it's been half an hour. So let's have a look. Perfect. And no bashing required, and it's a really nice crisp white. So I think I've got a tiniest little bit of bubble there, but very minimal. I'm going to put that to one side. I might try stenciling or something onto that in a minute. Let's have a look and see what our marbles come out like, although the sneak preview from the other side was looking pretty darned impressive, wasn't it? Oh, I've got a blob. Now that must be because I got too much of the colour pigment in one place. Let's just wipe that away and see what happens. It's a fine line between mixing your resin, your pigment in, and losing your marbling effect. See what I mean? Oh, there we go. So we've got a blob, but never mind. Job done. Now I can seal these with wax. You can use those paint-on ones as well, liquid acrylic sealants, but I do like a nice wax sealant myself. That's good. And because it's only just cured, if I go around that edge just with my cloth, that'll probably take away the sharp edge. Yeah, that's to a degree. But I can go around that with sandpaper. All good so far. Impressed. Happy with that. And again, no bubbles around the edge, which considering I didn't do any I didn't really do any tapping and bashing, did I? I can't be doing the ones you've got to bash. Right, I'll get this washed up then. Right, so now we're going to do another one of these trays, and I want to create a geode effect in it. Bringing their tray back in. Now, I'm going to try putting some foil across in places. And here's our foil. I want it in a line, but that's really not happening, is it? To try not to scratch the mould in the process. Some down into there. Now, because eco casting powders aren't sticky as such, like resin is, they tend to behave they grab hold of things rather than things adhere to them. Does that make sense? So it needs something to grab onto, and I'm wondering whether this is even going to work. I have seen it done in other videos. People have got it to work. It's just whether I can get it to work. That's what I mean. But I want this to look like it's been cut out of a piece of stone, marble, something like that. Something organic anyway. I'm remembering to go down the edges. There's our foil, and I've put that on first. Try not to put too much on the back of that because I need the magic paw to grab hold of it. So I'm going to try and put things around it. And I've got some silver shards. Don't know if Apex still do these, but they look like shards of whatever they make sequins out of it, I think. I'm not sure what they are. They're very nice, whatever they are. So that's a bit of that. What else have we got? I got some diamond dust as well, which is like a very fine glass pieces that sparkle like crazy. The magic paw probably isn't going to wrap around these in the same way that that resin would. See what I mean? We'll end up with craters and stuff, and half of this will come back out. So I'm going to have to grab myself a little pot and make a leftovers mix, which should be quite nice, shouldn't it? There. I have got a bit of Super Sparkle White as well. And this is the 80 mesh, so it's quite coarse. How much of this will actually come through and how much will end up just being brushed off afterwards, I don't know yet. We'll see. Right, there we are. So we're going to mix up our magic paw again and fill up our tray. It was 3.5 scoops, wasn't it? 1, 2.5. Right, another observation. I mentioned earlier how easy this is to mix. You don't need to sieve the powder first. It mixes in easy. I'm not getting lumps, even with my very unscientific way of measuring, or not measuring as the case may be. Nothing. Yeah. Very happy with stuff. Well, some of that will lift and float up. I just know it will. That doesn't matter, does it now? Right. There we are then. I'm going to pack this away for now, and we'll see what this comes out like, and then we'll do something with that tray that I made. I'll see you later. Loony! Yeah, Loony. Right, let's see what we've got then. Left this one a bit longer, it's gone cool, so it's well and truly cured. Oh, it's picked up more than I thought it would. And oh yeah, there's a bit of the sparkle coming through. Oh, I like that. Actually, I'm quite glad I didn't put a marble effect through it. Leaving it kind of as is, I think was ended up being a good move. Right, I'm going to get a brush. Now what you'll see is there will be bits that won't have stuck, and there's little craters and things. So we're just going to go through and clean off anything that isn't really kind of stuck. So do you see what I mean? This stuff isn't sticky like resin. It more grabs things rather than adheres to them. That has created quite a nice organic effect. I like it a lot. Okay, so yes, done and sparkly. Nice. What do you think? Does kind of look like it's been cut out of a piece of rock, doesn't it? Right, now we now need to do something with this mould that I said we'd do something with. So let's have a little clear up, and I'll have a go at, so I'm thinking maybe stenciling something on, or just painting something on. I don't know. Something. Right, back in a bit. Right, now this could go horribly wrong, but I've got myself a little rose stencil. And I've got the acrylic paint markers from Let's Resin. And I'm going to try and stencil without sticking the stencil down, because every time I've tried to do that, I've ended up leaving a mark on the material from where the glue was. So we're just going to try it like this. Just going to hold it down and go for it and hope for the best. And these are the Let's Resin acrylic markers. They're really nice, and they're dual-ended, so you've got a fine end and a fat end. Now, I could be making a complete mess of this, I don't know. One thing that is striking me about this material is that makes a silky smooth surface. I've not actually felt one that feels as silky smooth and almost as ceramic as this, which is odd. I wasn't expecting that. It does feel different to the ones that I've used before. It should mean that the pens will go on really nicely. But let's see when I take this off. I bet it's bled underneath. I wouldn't be surprised. And I bet I won't be able to wash that off, will I? So let's just go around and tweak it a little bit. Let's just fuss at it. See if we can make it look more rose-like again. Those markers do go on it very nicely, so it's an incredibly smooth surface. I like it. Now, as I think I said at the start, Let's Resin have also sent this same kit to Sally at All Aboard Resin Creations. So I'll put the link to her video at the end of this one. Please do go watch, because we're both having a go with this stuff for the first time. So I think you'll be interested to see what we come up with. Now, Sally is a real master with these eco powders, so I'm expecting her to come up with stuff far better than me. No, rose leaves are quite a dark green, aren't they? Let's go for this one. And they're quite spiky leaved, aren't they? So let's go for... So that's a bit like stencil is. Kind of rounded, but spiky at the edges. Well, the marker pens work well on them. On it. Well, this is fun. I'm going to have to have a lot more playing and messing around with this, aren't I? Definitely. Anyway, thanks again to Let's Resin for sending both myself and Sally this lovely little kit to have a play with and show you. Like I said, Sally's video will be linked at the end of this one, so do go take a look. I think you'll be really impressed with what Sally does with her set. And I'm just going to carry on messing, and I will see you for the next video. Don't forget, I've got discount codes for all the stuff that's used in this video. The links for various countries as well, so that you can get your discount codes in Canada, the US, and wherever. So, I'll see you for the next one, folks. Stay tuned for the glamour shots when I finish messing with this at the end. Bye then. So I think, folks, we can safely say that I am mightily impressed with Magic Pour. That starter kit is great. If you've not done eco casting powders before, that couldn't be any easier, could it? Everything you need is there. It's a very good little kit. Don't forget, there are discount codes for all these materials that you'll see me using here today down in my video description. And thanks again to Let's Resin and to Sally at All Aboard Resin Creations for this collaboration. Sally's link is coming right up for you.